Good afternoon, judges. We are excited to share our presentation, Trout Trek Watershed Warriors. We will be sharing the information we have gathered to create an environmental board game created by the Caring for the Watershed Club at London Towne Elementary School.
London Towne is a Title I and Spanish immersion elementary school in Centreville, Virginia. We are part of Fairfax County Public Schools. Our project name is the title of a board game we created to educate players on the environmental challenges brook trout face in the Chesapeake Bay watershed.
Our school is 30 minutes from Washington, D.C. and is close to Bull Run and Cub Run streams. There's a lot of suburban development in Northern Virginia, which causes problems for the Chesapeake Bay watershed.
When we tested the water at Bull Run Park in 2024, we discovered problems with our local waterways. They are too warm and they don't have the biodiversity to sustain the trout. We concluded it was not safe to release our trout close to London Towne.
In 2003 to 2004, we had to release the trout on Bull Run Mountain. Last year, Bull Run Mountain was no longer a release option. Data showed that the water temperature and pH was too high, and that there were algae blooms present. This could be due to the leachate getting into streams.
As trout in the classroom participants, we know how important it is to protect and restore brook trout. So when we were discussing our school's environmental issues and how they affect our watershed, we knew we had issues that we could fix. Two issues we faced were our school's overproduction of compost and the trash going into our drains. Finding solutions to this would support our watershed's health.
We are creating a board game to educate our community about our watershed and problems that impact aquatic and terrestrial ecosystems. Knowing these problems aren't unique to London Towne, but to all watersheds. We partnered with our community to solve these problems locally. We want the game to address these problems for a larger audience. We plan on playing the game with the 3rd through 6th grade classes at London Towne and during community events such as Science Night to reach a wider audience.
We chose to create a game board because it would be an easy way to interact with people of all ages, spreading awareness of our Chesapeake Bay watershed, and an easy way to educate them on the implications of natural and human decisions on land and aquatic ecosystems.
As a group, we decided on the major tasks, including game board designers, researchers, and card creators. The game includes action cards that show authentic examples of positive or negative effects that occur in our watershed and determine the trout's health game. The questions educate the players about watershed factors and how we can take action to sustain ecosystems long term.
The money we are requesting will fund the production of game boards, action cards, question cards, and game pieces. Additionally, we are ordering native seeds to be included in the game for the players to plant.
When we started with the idea, we needed to find people who could help with the solutions. We have been in touch with several collaborators. Mr. Mosley joined us as our Gets a Green mentor and as a Trout in the Classroom representative, so we could problem solve the issues with our water quality. Collaborators pictured include Dave from Future Acres Urban Farming, who we have a contract with for weekly compost pickup to reduce our waste even more. He educated us on their company's unique composting technique using black soldier fly larvae. In the center is Ms. Vasquez, who shared how we can make a difference in policy by contacting our representatives, sharing about a bill which, if passed, would require mandatory composting in new schools. This month, we had the privilege of presenting our game board idea to the FCPS superintendent, Dr. Reed. She liked our idea so much she plans on filming us for a county-wide broadcast.
We focused on 2 sustainable development goals, Goal 14, Life Below Water, and Goal 15, Life on Land. Since our focus is on teaching people about stream and soil health and the connection to the Chesapeake Bay, composting and planting native pollinators supports each goal, and our game addresses this through our problem cards.
The specific problems at London Towne, declining drought, compost overload, and lack of native plants shielding the drains are all problems we could help solve. Our game board is an engaging approach to these problems that will reach a broader audience. We hope you have enjoyed our presentation. Please let us know if you have any questions about the presentation or the game board.
Great. We're going to open it up for questions and comments. And if you guys wanted to share the game board, and we talked about that, feel free.
You guys want to share?
Yeah. We're allowed to talk about the game boards.
Okay.
Here we have the game board, and we have several people help all design this. We had a group of game board designers, which consisted of a lot of the main sixth and fifth graders that helped go through several like prototypes of the game board. This is our fourth one, I believe.
So with this game board, we have different cards as shown before in the presentation. We have action cards, which show different actions and positive and negative effects that happen on the trout.
Let me add on to Ava. So the game would consist of starting on the space card. Here's one of our characters that we had several people design and help create. Starting on the start space. Let's say I roll the dice and I land on this blue spot. You would have to get to pick up a question card which addresses a problem that we have experienced and seen in many of our ecosystems near our school. So this one is what does overfishing mean? And then on the back, after you look at it, you would answer, and the answer would be on the back. If you answer correctly, you'd be able to move one spot up and you wouldn't be having to pick up another card. So you would not have to pick up any other card, but you'd move up one spot as a bonus. If you get it wrong, go on to the next player's turn. If you land on the action card space, which is the one that we just moved on to, you're able to pick up an action card. So an example one is a +1 all. Each player in this game has lives. Everybody starts with 3 lives in total. So if it's a plus all, everybody would receive 1 more life and receive 4 lives in total. Another thing is that if you get a minus all, which is the complete opposite of a plus all, you would lose a life. So that means if you started with 3 and you pulled a minus all, everybody would receive 1 less life, which would be 2. Now, if you land on a high temperature spot, you would have to stay there you'd miss your next turn. So in a way, you'd 2 turns until your next one. This roll space right here leading to this little river, you would land on it, and depending on what you roll, if you roll an odd number, you would stay on this spot and then continue you would go on to the longer path. If you roll an even number, you would then stay on the spot and continue on the circular path around the board. And I believe that is all the spots that can be explained.
But wait, you didn't explain about well, I mean, it's the exact same thing.
So this one is the ones with the stones would be an example of a path that takes longer to go around, and this one over here would be an example of one that lets you have a shortcut, and you'd go over to this green spot to the yellow spot.
All right, I think we're gonna have our judges ask and answer some questions, or just if you want them to zoom in on a part of the game board, that's fine too. We have a live demonstration, which is wonderful.
And if you
Sophie?
ask, I'll do a better job of showing the game piece.
Okay, no, I think that was great. Thanks, Maddie. Sophie, you want to kick us off?
Guys. Yeah, definitely. Awesome job, guys. This is super, super unique. So I just had a question. How did you guys come up with making this into a game? Because this is very applicable to kids of all ages.
I would like to answer that question. So no one has really come up with the game board design for the Chesapeake Bay watershed. A different watershed had come up with a game board, but it isn't it's in Texas. But we aren't able to use it for the Chesapeake Bay watershed because they're different watersheds.
Okay.
Let me add on to Ava. So we also decided to create it because we were like, hey, we need a way to inform people of all ages, young, older, whoever wants to learn about what their ecosystem is and how their actions can affect it. Adding on to Ava, the one school in, I believe, Texas had a card game, and we noticed that no other watershed or area has created a game board. So we decided to take on the action and have some fun with it.
Okay, awesome. Great job, guys.
Yeah. So what a wonderful presentation. I really like the fact about your honest conclusion, acknowledging that their local waters was too polluted for trout release. And this takes real scientific integrity for you to make mention of that. So just one quick question. So who gets to play the board game? Is it just your school? Or do you have a plan to share it more widely so other kids can learn about watersheds too?
I've got that one. Since Earlier we were talking about the superintendent, Dr. Reed. She came and we presented to her, and she liked the idea so much that she's going to come back and record us, and she's going to share it on channel 21 for the whole county to see.
Let me add on to Max. We plan on going to other schools possibly once we get our board game like in the final product and really like get it out there. We plan on having maybe in our communities, neighborhoods, schools, science nights, game board nights, and just in general. And we hope that one day we're able to get them in department stores.
Yeah. So do I get to play with you guys as well? Can I join you guys in playing your games?
Yeah.
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 Am I welcome?
Yes.
All right, cool. Nice one, guys.
Yeah, this is so cool. I love that you created a board game because I actually used to I think the one that you're referencing in Texas, I found like a general version of a stormwater game that I used to play that was like about stormwater pollutants when I was a stormwater educator, but I love that you chose to make a game for your watershed. It's so applicable. And that you chose a scale of your watershed, the Chesapeake Bay, that many other schools and young people live in. So you like you said, you can travel it around, you can sell it, you can play it with other people. And you also like really clearly understand how to play the game, which is so cool. Like you were able to explain like all the rules to us. Like I can tell you were involved in helping create it and also that you've played it before. So that really came through in your presentation and how passionate you all are about this project. And I just wanted to share another idea down the road that you could consider from my area. I live in Burlington, Vermont, and in Burlington, there is a trout parade that happens where all of the students, they similarly to you, raise and release trout, and then they have a big parade celebration with art and music and dancing. It's like a block party. So I love that you're including art in a different way here with and being able to educate. And I also would love for you all to be able to celebrate how incredible it is that you worked on this. So just some inspiration for future. You can look up the Burlington Trout Parade. I feel like you all would enjoy it based on your interests and what you've done with your class. So.